What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the greatest city in the world, Wrestling City, where we talk all things wrestling. Here in Wrestling City, we do Raw reviews, SmackDown reviews, PLE predictions, and PLE reviews. And today we will be doing our Crown Jewel post-show review. We are your host, as always. I'm Taylor.
And I'm Ryler.
And first off, Ryler, what did you think of Crown Jewel today?
Well, I thought one thing. Let's get the elephant out of the room. And new predictions champion. It was an okay show, though. It was okay. I don't know if I got my expectations up a little too high. We'll talk about each individual match, but it was so-so.
Yeah, I had high expectations going into this card today. I mean, it wasn't a bad show. Let me just say that. I mean, it wasn't one of their better ones, but I mean, it was solid. There were a few good matches that they had tonight. There were some that just I really didn't care for, and then there were some that just weren't that good at all. But yeah, we'll get into everything here. But yeah, you are the new predictions champion. You won by 1 point. It came down to the
1 point.
Yeah, it came down to the United States triple threat match. You had LA Knight winning, and I had Carmelo Hayes winning, and yeah, LA Knight retained. So,
Put
but
the
hey,
fries in the bag, bro.
All right, enough of that. Before we get into this review, come subscribe if you haven't yet. Come join the greatest city in the world, Wrestling City. Like I said, for all of your wrestling content, mainly just WWE. That's just that's how we roll over here. Like I said, we do Raw reviews, SmackDown reviews, PLE predictions, and reviews, and we even do some live reactions every now and then. That's just whenever we're able to get together for some shows. But yeah, let's start off with this review. We kicked off the show with the 6-man tag team match. You had the Bloodline taking on the OG Bloodline. And
exactly what I knew was going to start out the show, That was what I predicted. That's what I said the last video,
No, because
I'm glad everything worked out like that.
No, because in our prediction show, you said they're going to have Roman Reigns.
I didn't say that. What are you talking about?
Whatever.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Whatever. But yeah, the match itself, it was okay. I didn't expect them to do too much in this match because we're obviously going to get this again in War Games. So they're trying to just save as much as they can for that War Games match. But the big thing to take away from this match is what happened afterwards. So Solo Sikoa and his bloodline, the Timu bloodline, they did end up picking the win. And Solo Sikoa pinned Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
I did call that in our predictions. And so I got that right. But man, I when I said it, I was like, yeah, maybe they're not going to do that. Because I think you said like Jacob Fatu will pin Jey Uso or something like that, but
random, Solo pinning Roman. That's crazy.
It is the right call though. That had to happen. That had to happen because you have to have Solo's version of the bloodline looking strong going into that War Games match, and they did just that. I mean, after the match, they kind of made him look a little bit silly. They decided to get the numbers game going. They took down Roman Reigns some more. They beat down the rest of the Usos, and then Sami Zayn comes out to he pretty much went out there to save Jey. So man. So yeah, he goes out there. He's looking at Solo Sikoa, and dude, I really thought he was going to go in there and give Solo a hug, but no, he's going to give him a hug, hits him with the exploder suplex, and yeah, man, that everything that happened in that post match segment was incredible. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
I thought it was cool. The crowd was really behind Sami. I mean, as always, they were going wild.
You love to see because there was a time where Sami didn't go over there. So
yeah. Yeah, he so there was that spot where he went for a what was it, haluva kick. Roman went for a Superman punch and Solo
yeah,
ducked. So Sammy ended up hitting Roman with the haluva kick, and you already know they're gonna end up getting back together. Everything's gonna be good going into Survivor Series. But that's kind of the way they're. You said last episode when we were doing the predictions that it was gonna be way too early for them to do Sammy starting at this show, but
mhm.
I think they gave it, at least now there's going to be a reason for them to slow down a little bit more with it, because now it's got to be Roman and Sammy working out their issues.
Yeah,
So
dude, I can't
I
wait.
like where they went with it.
Plays out. I cannot
There's going to
wait.
be some good segments.
Oh man, you talk. I mean, you talk about bloodline in cinema. I mean, that's what it's going to be for these next few weeks leading into Survivor Series.
He's going to be
So
cooking again. Papa
yeah,
H.
hmm yeah, and I liked how at some point during that match for Jey Uso, like on SmackDown, he told Roman the night before that I'll be your cousin, but I won't be your tribal chief. And Roman Reigns at some point in the match was telling Jey Uso, like, come on, tag me in. And Jey Uso
And he
didn't.
tagged in Jimmy. Yeah.
He stuck to his word. I mean, credit to that. So
Yeah, they're adding some great layers in between it in the process. Yeah, I appreciate it.
yes, they are. So next up, we had the Fatal 4-Way Women's Tag Team match for the Women's Tag Team titles. This match, I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't that bad. It got a little bit sloppy at times, and I just felt that sometimes they were moving a little too slow. The crowd was into it, which was nice to see. But Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair did end up retaining. I really didn't care for that. I was kind of hoping to see them lose because, dude, I'm just tired of seeing Bianca Belair in a tag team. She's so much better than this, and now she's just stuck to carrying Jade Cargill around. So
The tag team division is washed. So I think they're just they need to make a little bit of a
I mean,
longer reign now, so they can hold it for a little bit longer, and then I think they're gonna drop it in like maybe a month or two, and then we can have. I'm kind of glad that they didn't just immediately transition to new champions again.
yeah, they've been champions since how long have they been champions? I think they won them back from who was it? Isla Dawn and
Fire and
Isla,
Desire, yeah,
they won it back. I think on some random episode of Raw. So
yeah,
I mean, I don't know, dude. It's just I just really don't care for Jade
yeah.
Cargill. That I mean, I don't.
It's whatever. They retained. Point for me. I was happy for that part, but I didn't really care much for the match. It was
Yeah,
whatever.
I really didn't pay attention too much of it. So,
Mhm.
all right. Next up, we had what match was next? Let me get to my notes here.
Wasn't it Bronson and Seth?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I got my notes right here. Yeah, Bronson and Seth. So they great match. They started off the match with a brawl on the ramp, and then you predicted Seth Rollins to win this match, and that's exactly what happened. It was a great match. I do think
It
that
was a good match.
I do think that we'll be getting another match from these two. I don't know if did you see that with what they announced for tomorrow night? It's going to be
No, I didn't.
it's a fatal four way number one contenders match for the World Heavyweight Champion, and it's Seth Rollins, Dom Mysterio, I think Ludwig Kaiser, and Sheamus. And if
For
I
the
had to
World
get,
Heavyweight title?
mm-hmm, number
Oh, I
one
wonder
contender.
who's going to win. Ludwig Kaiser, for sure.
Well, I mean, I would assume Seth Rollins, but
Yeah,
I don't know. So part of me was thinking that Bronson Reed will cost Seth Rollins the match, and maybe we can get Sheamus or
that's fair. Yeah, I
or
could see that
or
maybe.
Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah, I guess that'd be hilarious to see. I mean, regardless, they're not going to beat Gunther, so it's just who is going to be his next title defense.
Yeah, I was thinking it'd be CM Punk because that's what everybody's that's what everybody's match was for Survivor Series for Gunther, but it looks like they're not going with that route anymore. So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
interesting.
I mean, I'm okay with Seth Rollins winning this match. I mean, I like the guy; he's great and all, but I just feel like
Bronson
Bronson
needed
Reed.
this win. Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree. He didn't at least look bad in defeat. He still had his moments. He still it looked during a few spots of it. It looked like in the beginning he was just gonna clear it. He was gonna hit him with the tsunamis again, and then Rollins moved out of the way. But yeah, I knew I had a feeling that they were going to do it like how they did it. The curb stomps, and then I didn't know they were going to do a super curb stomp like they do in the games. But yeah, it's he still at least didn't look completely like undervalued or badly booked, but he did kind of need this win because after it, he was like shouting at him. He was like, "Oh, like I'm still gonna get you or whatever." And Rollins is like, "Oh no, you win every time. It's gonna end like this," and kind of has a point. Like, what? You don't have any claim to a rematch. You just lost
yeah,
clean.
yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I was kind of upset with that one. Bronson Reed definitely should have won that, but I mean, not much we can do. All we can do is just sit back and watch, and then come
And
on here.
complain about it online.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, complain about it online. Your displeasure is out. So, oh Lord. Next up, after that, you had the first of the two Crown Jewel Championship matches. It was Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax, and brother, this match stunk. Whew, not a good match at all. I mean,
Yeah,
these
really
two
the
just
only notable thing was Tiffany Stratton coming out to tease a cash in. She didn't end up cashing in, but it's so funny whenever a Money in the Bank winner comes out to cash in, they're not going to cash in. When she gives it to the referee and the referee's like, "You want to cash in? Are you sure you want to cash in? What are you doing out here? Why are you giving me this briefcase?" And then they get beat up or something before that belt or the briefcase gets completely handed
yeah,
off.
yeah, that spot right there, it just drives me insane. My gosh. I'm like, come on, just I mean, she's out there for a reason to cash it in. You don't have to if you just ask her once, are you sure? She says yes. Okay. But I get it. That's not how it's supposed to go in that
Yeah,
situation, but it it just looks stupid. So oh well. Yeah, match was not that good. It did
we
stink.
were right though.
Yeah, we were
Liv
right.
won.
Liv Morgan did pick up the win. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about that.
Yeah, that's about it.
After that, we had, well, I was going to say we had a match between Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, but well, we did have a match, and well, did the bell even end up ringing?
I could have sworn that the bell rung, but I saw a bunch of stuff after, and they were saying that it was like it never got officially started. So maybe I'm just imagining things, and the bell didn't ring. But either way, yeah, it didn't end up officially getting started technically. So yeah, I kind of thought that was a waste of time.
I mean, I thought it was I mean, match or not, I still thought it was great. They had a huge brawl.
Mhm.
Randy Orton would end up doing an RKO on that bald bum of Adam Pearce. He deserved it. But yeah, this would end up in a no contest, I guess you can call it. They ended up brawling through the crowd. Kevin Owens would end up doing a splash off of something. I can't remember what it was, through Randy Orton through a table.
Uh-huh.
So great spot. If I had to guess, we will be seeing this maybe at Survivor Series or Saturday night's main event.
Ooh, Saturday. I keep on forgetting about Saturday night's main event. That sounds like a pretty good place. I could do some sort of like no holds barred or something like that.
Yeah, you see, I was hoping for just Kevin Owens to go out there and just squash Randy Orton.
Yeah, just whoop him.
See, I thought that was going to happen because Randy Orton was making his entrance, got up on the turnbuckle, did his pose, and then Kevin Owens hit him off the turnbuckle with a steel chair. And yeah, I thought he was just going to, kind of how he did with Sami Zayn back in NXT like years ago when he took the NXT title from Sami Zayn. I was thinking
power bomb on the apron over and over. The referee was going to call it. Yep.
Yeah, I was hoping we would have got something like that, but what we got instead, I thought was still pretty good. So I can't complain.
Yeah, one match had to be shortened. That's the issue with each card being 7 matches or however many matches, is that one of these matches have to either they all have to be shorter or something like this has to happen during one of them. And so this was one. As soon as Bronson Reed and Seth actually had a like back and forth match, I was like, okay, I'm assuming this is going to be the one that has some, schmoz finish. So yeah, as expected. So no points really to either of us. I don't know if to count that as one or, but no, nobody won.
Yeah. I think, we were talking about that before. Yeah. I guess we just don't count that as a win or a loss. Doesn't matter because you won. So, next up, we had what I thought was the match of the night, the triple threat match for the United States title. LA Knight, Andrade, and Carmelo Hayes. Man, these three were cooking. What a match. I mean, Carmelo Hayes and Andrade, they started off the match, continuing where they left off from their, best of 7 series. And then a lot of great spots here. Andrade did a moonsault off the top rope, but instead of going to the inside, he like went over the ring post onto LA Knight. I thought that was pretty cool.
That did look really cool. Yeah.
And then Carmelo Hayes, I thought he was going to get the win there for a second. He hit a nothing but net on LA Knight. LA Knight kicked out, and then LA Knight would end up hitting the blunt force trauma on both Carmelo Hayes and Andrade, and he ended up pinning Carmelo Hayes to get the win.
And all your dreams, your hopes and dreams got crushed.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I just, like I said in the predictions, maybe we can move away from the long title reigns. I mean, his title reign hasn't been that long, but I still would have liked to have seen maybe a new champion.
Yeah, I mean, he hopefully Carmelo will have a chance to get him in the future. But at least they had a good match. The one thing I will say that I remember from this that you didn't really mention was, dude, okay, so LA Knight, they're like on the top rope or something, and LA Knight goes to jump up to, I guess, suplex him or whatever it was, and he just not very good on the top rope because he like completely slipped up and basically crotched himself on the top rope. And I was like, oof. I can't imagine how bad that must feel in the moment. I mean, not including the physical pain of it, but like just literally, he recovered though. He recovered okay.
Yeah, he did recover. Because I think that happened like right before Carmelo Hayes hit the nothing but net. Yeah, I was telling you that LA Knight has trouble doing that move when he goes to the top rope. So maybe he should. I don't know. I get different moves. Cut it out of his paw. So, oh Lord, but yeah, great match of the night by far, in my opinion. Next up, you had the main event. It was the second Crown Jewel Championship match: Gunther versus Cody Rhodes. Great match. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't paying attention to a lot of it. I was watching the Florida game, so hey, look, it's a big game for us, and I can't miss it. I know it's Cody Rhodes and Gunther. It's gonna be a great match, but sorry, dude.
It was okay match. The crowd was really good. I mean, I don't know if it was as good as the France crowd, but definitely the best we've ever seen the Saudi Arabia crowd. And Yeah, they were going crazy this entire match. All the the fireflies or whatnot, they were doing that. They were doing the wave. Gunther started participating in it too. But yeah, it had typical storytelling that it's had. And Cody Rhodes ended up winning. And after it, after I saw them, after Triple H comes out, Liv Morgan comes out, and I guess it's like the Saudi, I don't know, some sort of govern official person comes out and holds it with them. And as soon as they're holding it, I'm like, man, I'm an idiot for predicting Gunther, because of
Yeah.
course, like we're looking at it from a wrestling fan perspective. Like, of course, the Saudi Arabian officials are gonna want Cody Rhodes to be this champion. They weren't gonna have Gunther hold up the titles at the very end with them. So, yeah, I guess that was a bad call on both our parts. But yeah,
Maybe
Cody Rhodes won.
was I mean, maybe if this wasn't the main event, then maybe you could have done that.
Yeah,
I don't know though, but yeah, I mean, it was okay. The match, I mean, we've seen better from both of them. Yeah, because the ending of that match I thought was really cool. Cody Rhodes was going for a Cody Cutter from like the top turnbuckle, and then Gunther called him, went to go put him in a sleeper hold. Cody would roll through and get the pinfall victory that way. I thought it was a clever finish. But yeah,
I think the most noticeable or notable part is, first, there were no interferences whatsoever. Gunther just flat out lost clean. I think
yeah,
that's
he
pretty
did.
crazy, pretty notable. It didn't they had a good match, so it didn't completely derail his momentum or anything, but it was definitely surprising.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So out of 10, what would you give Crown Jewel this year?
Out of 10, I was saying during the show 7.5, but I think I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. And, well, will I? I guess I'll say 8, but I could understand 7.5 as well. I don't think it was anything that exciting, but when you compare it to other Saudi Arabia shows they've had in the past, it's the top of the tippy top for all that. But that's also not a very high standard to clear.
Yeah, I'm going with a 7. That,
A
that's what I
7.
got.
Wow.
Yeah, the
Okay.
only yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the opening match. I enjoyed, and then I enjoyed, Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. I enjoyed the triple threat, and the main event was okay, but
Yeah, now that you say it more like that, yeah, I could probably a 7.5. It was a pretty middle of the line PLE.
yeah, for sure. But hey, you know what's next?
All
Survivor Series.
roads right up to Survivor Series. Let's go.
It's
Team
crazy,
Bloodline. Ooh, this is gonna be a good match. It's gonna
dude.
be a banger.
It's crazy that it's already November.
It's that time. Yep, I'm ready for it.
Well, let us know in the comments down below what you guys thought of this year's Crown Jewel pay per view. What would you rate it out of 10? And yeah, that's pretty much it. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet. Come join the greatest city in the world, Wrestling City. Like this video, be a friend, tell a friend. We appreciate the support that we continue to get from you guys. It's nothing but love. So I guess until then, we will see you guys next time. Peace.